All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're probably already live. Hey, it's Russ Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. This is our August 21st, 2022 RPPR live stream where we talk about RPGs and stuff. And with me, as most of the time, is Baz. How you doing, Baz?
Cheers.
Yay! Cheers. Having some what was it?
Yellowtail Syrah.
Yeah, nice. Baz is just celebrating the conclusion of the Kickstarter. I should probably be getting a drink too, but I just have water right now. I'll
Go get a drink.
Yeah, no, I'll do it at the end of it because we got to
You have
entertain.
to pregame. You can't just fucking dive deep in the fucking deep end as soon as it's done. you gotta prep your body, dude. You're up there in age. You got some years on you, bro.
All right, I will ask Maddie to bring me.
You got some rings on your tree trunk. Come on now.
Can you bring me a drink, Maddie? I love you.
Ross Musket, support, or it doesn't fucking count.
All right. We do have a wine and blade check. We do not have any wine. We do have alcohol now, so but we will do a blade check here. Let me get this up. Yep, there's that. Ooh, how about that? There we go. Yes. See, now we may have a guest this episode.
It doesn't count if you don't do the.
The
Dune thing.
Oh, the Dune thing. Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, the Ludonarrative Dissidents Kickstarter is I got 119 minutes to go. And let's see, it's at $7,212. And look, Maddie brought me a Black Butte Porter. Alcohol beverage. I love you, Maddie.
Yes, I
love you, Maddie.
Yay.
Maddie, I love you more.
Yeah, she's out of the room. Yeah, see? There we go. It's a porter, which is a great type of beer.
My grandfather's middle name was Porter.
It's a good name.
William Porter Baswell. Is that not a great name?
I want to make I want to name a Call of Cthulhu character in honor of your grandfather.
My grandfather was a good man.
Yeah, I could believe that. Anyways, let me put the link to if you haven't yet backed the Kickstarter, this is your last time. 118 minutes to go.
The boss combo is back. What's up, Elmore? We back up in this bitch.
So, let us look at the biggest thing going on in D&D right now, or in
one D&D.
Yeah, one D&D. So, I figured we would just jump right into it because this is the hot news.
How long do you think it will be before they call it D&D 6th edition? Because D&D Next was bullshit, and they just said, "Oh, it's 5th ed, fuck it."
Yeah, no, that's exactly. I think that's what. Well, that's the thing. They're either going to call it 5.5e or they're going to call it 6th ed. Like, I think people aren't going to D&D Next was like entirely a playtesting thing. So that if you weren't familiar, back when they were playtesting 5th ed, they were calling it D&D Next. But when it came out, they just called it 5th edition. So.
A bottle of wine is not a lot of wine.
It's a good amount of wine.
I mean, I'm going to go through it before we can get through the first hour.
Okay.
That's why I got 2 bottles. Dose wines. OD&D, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, do you play OD&D?
I mean, when I see that, I read OD&D reads me the old D&D.
I see one dad.
One dad. I see OD'd and died. It's not actually no, I do just see old D&D for me is old D&D. Like, it's not one D&D. Anyway, they've made this announcement this week that they're working on a new edition. It's going to come out in 2024. New books slated for release in 2024. So they're going to update the rules. They're going to really focus on the digital tool set and have a virtual table. I assume this digital play experience means a virtual tabletop.
Oh boy, have they not tried this already?
Yeah. So I already downloaded the playtest materials, but let's read the full frequently asked questions. Just get is it a new edition? It's bigger than that. Okay, it's just a new edition. I hate that. What does backwards compatible means? It means 5th Ed will be compatible. They will still Curse of Strahd. Remember that one campaign that people liked? Yeah, well, you can keep doing that.
Keep going. Yay.
Hey, what is changing? Let's see here. Will be changes to character backgrounds, races, class, feats, information, presentation, and more. What changes we will depend on what we hear from you throughout the playtest. I don't know. We'll see. Well, of course, we're not going to hear what feedback they're getting exactly. We're only going to get because So then the feedback and playtesting questions. What is the digital play experience? It is a virtual play space. Okay, a virtual tabletop allows the DM to create truly immersive campaigns. Where we offload a lot of the rules referencing, more immersive, faster, more fun, easier to play, and easier to create in. D&D. You'll be integrated with D&D Beyond, which will continue to offer tools. So, yeah, they're trying to get all this shit in a row, all their ducks in a row with the digital tabletop stuff.
Okay, got your shits in a row.
Yeah, all their ducks in a row.
All your dukes.
Yep. Digital and physical product bundles. So they're finally going to do print plus PDF, or well, actually, it's not. It says a digital copy. So I don't know if that's actually going to be a downloadable PDF or it's just something you're going to be able to get on the cloud. Which I really hope that they make it a PDF. I hope it's a downloadable thing you can use offline. I really hope they don't do. You have to be online to read a D&D book.
Oh man, fucking D&D DRM, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully they mean PDFs, or something like that. Something
I'm the dungeon rights master.
Dungeon rights master. That's actually pretty good. No
one plays unless you got my license, girl.
You can also say, I mean, it's also going to be a way for them to get more sales since they're selling it directly, not through game stores or bookstores. So like, why would you buy a print only copy at a bookstore if you could also get it, for the same price? For the same price, you get the digital and the physical copy. So I don't know.
Wait, so was that like a fuck you to brick and mortar stores?
I don't know. I'm our first offering is now in the D&D store, so we can take a look at that. Pre-order perks, yay!
Because if you're offering the print and PDF for the same price,
here it is. Here it is. Is there a way to get this physical this bundle and support my local game store? We love our friendly local game stores. We know you do too, but this test bundle is limited to online purchases directly. It's not available through any other marketplace.
Okay, well, we'll see if they change their mind on that. There's going to be some blowback on that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, my concerns are, that, and also if they add their own virtual tabletop, are they going to pull support for the other tabletops, virtual tabletop things out there?
Yeah, because like Roll20 and D&D had a good partnership, at least for support.
Pre-order now, 100. Jesus. What the fuck do you get for $154?
I don't know, but I will buy it.
Includes early access, digital copy, printed deluxe copy, foil cover,
Shadow the Dragon Queen,
Warriors of Kryn.
Ooh, Dragonlance.
Yeah, that's one of their next big things. Yeah.
Is it because they basically robbed the Dragonlance rights from the creators, Margaret Weiss and?
Yeah, that's complicated. I don't remember how that worked. I don't
think the Weiss couple won that one, did they?
I don't remember it. Off the top of my head, I'd have to look it up.
Nani the fuck? Hey, that DM screen looks pretty tight.
Yeah, looks fine.
No, they did not. Sadly, I was afraid of that. And if they try to copy Roll20's whole interface and pretend it's theirs, well, it'll be just as bad as Roll20's interface. So, because hey, as much as I love gaming online, Roll20 is completely unnecessary. I mean, some people can make it work for them. I think it's a shitty platform. I think there was a much better one. And I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Hey, thank you, whoever just backed it. Sorry.
Hey, someone backed. Hey,
Yay.
Everyone in the chat right now, if you have already backed this, maybe up your donation by like $1. I'm just saying. I will show some skin if you know throw a little bit more.
Or maybe you won't show skin if they
Nah, I'm already halfway through this ball of wine. Skin's happening.
All right. Well, maybe we should then focus on the Unearthed Arcana character origins playtest document, which is also the first thing to drop.
I'm kind of frisky right now. I'm drinking wine. I've got Pet Shop Boys blasted on my Spotify right now. I'm like, dude, we're about to get fucking club on, man. Like 80s style. Break out the leather. Let's do this.
All right. So why do we look at this Unearthed? This is the first thing that's come out of the new edition of 1D&D. Jeremy Crawford is a longtime D&D writer. He's been working on it since at least 4th ed. I think he worked on Blue Rose, which was a D20 game back in the 3rd ed days. Christopher Perkins, also he ran games for PAX, Penny Arcade people back in 4th edition day. Ray Winiger, I think he's the new lead developer for D&D. He's most noted for a 1990s RPG called Underground, which had really cool art and really interesting premise where all the players were super soldiers who basically went through this VR simulator reality where they thought they were superheroes, which explained how all their like cybernetic super soldier powers worked. And they were then after the war, they were dumped back to society with no safety net. So they're all like have PTSD and are trying to change society for the better.
PTSD's nuts.
Yes. Great contribution. No worries. Anyway, so this is the this is a 20-page document. This is what you get when you sign up for it. So we're gonna be talking looking at character races, character backgrounds, starting languages, feats, and rules glossary. So this is stuff to be comparable to the player's handbook from 2014. So you choose a race, a background, and a language. So they still are stuck on race as to determine your character species. Or like the biological origins, whatever you want to call it. And this is a big debate in D&D, in RPG Twitter about, it's too big to really go into for a live stream.
Yeah, we're not really, and we're also like, I mean, you have your POC here with you, your BIPOC.
Mm-hmm.
So like, definitely could lend a word in how I feel about the direction the game's taking with the race thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't fucking want to.
That's fair.
Because if anyone here has spent more than 15 minutes on Twitter in the past week, it's fucking maddening. It's just it's so virulent on both sides.
Yeah. It's been real.
There are no good guys in this argument right now. Yes, I understand that like racial tropes are a thing in game, like that people have a problem with, but at the same time, it's not that fucking. I don't know. For someone who like, I don't know. I have a bigger picture of the world, I guess, is what I'm saying. When I look at the world around me, it's like there are little people in the streets right now that don't think people I love are human, and they're willing to strip every right they have. And like, I could not give a fuck less about D&D's takes on race. I don't give a shit if it's like Gygax was racist. Dude, probably fucking was.
He definitely was.
Yeah, old white man from fucking of course he's racist.
70s. Yeah,
fuck him. Do I like what the game he made? Yeah, sure I do. Do races in games necessarily are they corollaries to races in real life? If you want to make that fucking connection, yes, they are, but also they don't have to be. Like, it's easy to see, it's easy to make those claims and to make those arguments, but at the same time, why fucking bother? Just enjoy your game. You're not committing acts of violence or microaggressions against other races by playing a game that has orcs or evil in this game, in my opinion. If you can't reconcile that though, then that's on you. I mean, that's your thing. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been very heated about this whole thing for the past since this shit got dropped, and I've just been like, I just don't fucking care.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Like, it has been very hot on the social media platforms, not just Twitter, but it's a lot, and it's a never-ending debate. and it is one. Yeah, I do find this interesting though. They do have just the sidebar saying you can just have half anything, a half halfling, half gnome.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
So or and yeah, so it's fine. Like D&D has also always been kind of supposed to be this kind of toolkit game, which means like while there is an implied setting, you're supposed to sort of build the setting to a degree, like what happens in your fantasy world versus other fantasy worlds,
right?
Like what kind, like the governments, the factions, the and what kind of people are around, and you know, is it more like Lord of the Rings, or is it more like Skyrim, or is it more like this, or you know, like so yeah, it's interesting. So I mean, for a playtest argument, that's fine. I would like to see I don't know, more support for it, I guess. Basically, I like the approach that some fantasy games have done recently. Is like, describe your character's background. Now you get a bonus to pick 2 attributes. You get a bonus to these 2. You know, basically, kind of like, instead of using this approach of like they have these specific things, it would be more like a Powered by the Apocalypse. Here's a menu of choices. Pick 2 or 3 of these choices, and then you describe your character's background and how your character got these advantages based on their background, and then like go from there.
Yeah. I am a much bigger, like, while I have a soft spot for, like I've said before numerous times on the stream, I have a soft spot for OSR, and I love the racial perks of races in D&D. I love it. I think it's cool. It shows that the difference. We're not making a statement about racial superiority. It's just like they're different species. Like, yes, they all may be humanoids, but I don't know. Some are magical. Elves are magic in nature. Of course, they're going to have some kind of weird differences, but whatever. Right. That's besides the point. I don't give it. That's, again, back to the argument that I don't want to have. What I love, what I think is the best that makes a game best in character creation is when you have the buffet style.
Yeah.
When you can go up to the buffet and be like, "Ooh, well, yeah, I'm Ashborn background, so I'll take that. And yes, I have Fey lineage, I'll take that. And I'm part Mabort, so I'm going to have that ability now." Yeah, that would be awesome if everyone could be like, "I'm a Feywild Furkin who has half-orc abilities." Oh, rad, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, the buffet is the thing is like the way it is in D&D now. You pick like human, and then you get these special traits. So all humans are like more alike than they are in reality. Like, not all humans have resourceful, skillful, and versatile. As like, I promise you,
Boy,
you, bro. Yeah.
I'm hardly any of those 3.
Yeah.
So any given day.
Yeah. So saying like you're a human, but you're this kind of human, so you get these kind of bonuses. Like, I think that's more interesting. So Ardlings are new. Are super null beings. I don't know if that they mean super null or supernatural.
Supernal.
Yeah.
Supernal is like demonic.
Oh. Who are either born on the upper planes or have one or more ancestors originating there. Their bright trolls sign with the light of immortal beings who call the upper planes home. They have a head resembling an animal.
I repeat it back. Supernal is angelic. It's
okay,
not demon. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So they
almost lost my nerd cred on that one.
Yep. They have a head resembling that of an animal. One with virtuous associations. So they're furries. They have an animal head. So
they're angelic furries. Which can we just make a statement? All any of you that are furries in our chat right now, I find you angelic.
Yeah. The only furries who are not angelic are the Nazi furries.
Stay gold, literal pony boy.
Anyways, they have 3 celestial legacies: exalted, heavenly, idyllic, and which lawful, chaotic, and neutral, basically. You have access to these special traits: angelic flight. You have spectral wings that appear and disappear. So, celestial legacy. And see, like they have this to a degree. Like Ardlings get to choose whether they're chaotic good, lawful good, or neutral good, and they get a different set of bonuses based on their alignment. So that's more, that gives them more options than a human, for example.
I'll be right
back. Okay.
Yeah. Kickstarter doesn't have PayPal, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Cool. Let's gotta do another little check. Yay, another backer. Thank you so much. So let's take a look here. Exalted cat, eagle, goat, mule, elephant, owl, pig, stork, bear, dog, raven. Suggested, but obviously you can pick whatever you want. So yeah, I like the Ardlings. That's a pretty. I mean, you might as well let the furries in. Like, come on in. You don't all have to be Dragonborn or Tieflings anymore. But yeah, let's take a look at catch up on chat. I have a lot of influence on the race and RPG thing in general. I'm trying to stay out of it. Just waiting. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, yeah, you don't have to have an. Yeah, it's there are more pressing things to care about. It is just D&D is going to D&D. Oh yeah, I saw that. Size, you can be medium 4 to 7 feet tall, or small 2 to 4 feet tall. So you don't have to be a halfling, a gnome, or a dwarf to be a small person. So yeah. The D&D rare from character point will augment random roll. Point blank, yeah, that's cool. Let's see here. I saw a YouTube breakdown for this UA. Apparently, they have separated culture and alignment from race. So they only focus on what bonuses and not what culture that race comes from. Yeah, and that's a good idea. I just think like I prefer the approach where you pick you role play your background is entirely role play oriented, and then the mechanical bonuses benefits you get are just totally chosen by you to make sense for that character, because you can have, oh, this is a warrior tribe and they're tough and they live on the steppes and they ride horses, they're very strong. Well, except for this one guy who or this one girl who is very interested in studying nature and observing things, and so she give her the scholar feats and the bonuses and stuff like that. So like there's always black sheep and outcasts and people who don't go with the flow. So yeah, Ardlings have more choice and more options than humans do. Even anyway, now we're looking at Dragonborn. Let's see there.
Hey, another pledge. Woo!
Yeah. Oh, do we get it? Yay! Oh, yay! We're doing it.
Man, whoever pledged that one must have a giant fucking penis.
I wonder. Yeah, that anonymous person for sure was definitely a good Samaritan.
A rockin' hog on that Samaritan.
A patron of the arts.
And also beautiful and endowed quite well.
Yes, whoever they are.
Whoever they may be. Whoever they amongst us has the rockin' hog and donates to the Kickstarter.
Yes, as a Dragonborn, you have this special trait. Your lineage is from Dragon Progenitor. Choose the yes, thank you, whoever you are, very anonymous person.
You're welcome.
Choose the type of dragon. Okay, so you get a breath weapon, but you get to type based on your ancestry. That's cool.
Cool. Whatever.
Pretty straightforward there.
Hey, Weird Squared.
Mm-hmm.
Your comment here. I don't think you're I assume you're white. I don't know. I assume everyone on the internet is white until they present otherwise and tell me they're not. Honestly, that's the best thing. Everyone should aim to be what you're doing right there. Even the people who aren't white. Just let this kind of roll through and see how it goes. And then look, I don't see anything blatantly wrong with this. Others have.
Yeah.
A lot of white allies have, and that really scratches me the wrong way.
Yeah. Let's see. Dwarves. Pretty standard Tolkien-esque dwarves.
Often
cities
bearded.
And strongholds in the mountains, under the earth, the Underdark. They live 350 years. Dark vision, dwarven resistance, toughness, forge-wise, stone cunning. Pretty standard dwarf. Also elves are pretty standard D&D, nothing new here. Very Tolkien-esque.
What was I
long
read
lives.
that they've adjusted Drow to just be adapted to the Underdark and not inherently evil anymore?
Let's see
what I
here.
heard, what I read.
They are bonded to the environment. They take the characteristics of the environments which they are bonded. Let's
I did like I could.
You can just be a drow, like they don't say. Let's see a
Yeah.
drow. Okay. It doesn't say anything about them all being evil. They mentioned, Drizzt, obviously. So yeah, there's nothing stopping you from being a lawful good drow.
Yeah, they've taken out the whole. While drow have a predilection towards evil, not all have to be that way, and it's like, yeah, they shouldn't be like.
I've noticed. I do know, like elves used to be like 1,000 years, and I remember in like AD&D now it's 750.
It was like 3,000. It was like they live.
Yeah,
there were. I think in AD&D original they were like functionally immortal until a certain point where they leave their homeland. They leave for their homeland. Yeah. They feel a calling and they must leave.
So you get a lineage, and that gives you different spell-like abilities, and or not just spell abilities. Yeah, or I guess they got rid of spell-like abilities; they're just spells. My third ed days catching up with me. Let's trance. You don't need to sleep. Magic can't put you to sleep. Gnomes.
I agree, Z Comics. I'm excited for orcs being actually a part of the main book.
Yeah, nothing really is jumping out at me. That looks pretty standard D&D. Like if anything, this was like very conservative. As I mean, this is only the first playtest doc, but right, like this seems like a 5.5e thing to me. Like,
yeah.
Let's see here. Brave, luck.
Halfling bravery.
All right. So orc, this is the other new one. They trace their connection to Grumish, the one-eyed god. They have tusks. They are, as an orc, you have these special traits: adrenaline rush, dark vision, powerful build. So they count as. So it's definitely very much focused as a warrior fighter type class. Because they get these, you can take the dash action as a bonus action. You gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So I don't know like how bonus actions work or going to work, but is that something you take every round, or is that just like once per fight? Because otherwise, just dash every single round.
Yeah, no, I think it's. I don't know. Who knows?
You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. And you're going, okay, so you can only do it a couple of times. So I was like, I'm going to be an orc wizard. I'm just running in place. I have 100 extra hit points. Dark vision with a range of 6 feet. Powerful build. That's kind of shitty as an ability. Like, who uses carrying capacity or weight that you could push, drag, or lift? That's such a weak sauce ability. I mean, that's yeah.
Whoa. Just because you don't play hardcore tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, I don't use encumbrance rules. I'm sorry.
You should.
It'd
be a lot cooler if you did.
No, like, okay, encumbrance saying it should be things like red markets where there's a in-game mechanic that comes up with it, not just like your weight capacity. Like red markets, it's item charges because everything and item upkeep, like that's the real thing, and plus haul. So like it's all reinforced by the game's mechanics. And
the fix is in, y'all. He's plugging for his fucking friend group. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm a monster.
Oh, red markets, like it's like there aren't a million other RPGs out there.
Yep.
He had to go for one his buddy wrote.
Or like item slots, like Frontier Scum, which has item slots in it, and that works out pretty well.
Encumbrance rules. I want you to track every fucking pound and ounce you carry. Gold. Adventure kit, your backpack. I want to know. I want to know what you're carrying.
I'm sorry, Baz. I want to have fun when I play role-playing games.
Oh, we're gonna have fun, goddammit.
The spreadsheet of my item carrying.
We're gonna have so much fucking fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna wish we never had so much fun.
Tieflings. So this is the opposite to the Ardlings now. Instead of the Aasimar, now we have Ardlings, and now we of course Tieflings. Let's see here. Abyss, Chthonic, Infernal. Again, going with the lawful, neutral, and chaotic. They don't describe what they look like. I guess they that's for future things. Oh no, they do that with the based on the lawful, neutral, if you're Abyssial, Chthonic, or Infernal. Fiendish Legacy. So they're doing the same template for a lot of these, which is pick a one. You have 3 subtypes you can pick from. Each one has spells, and something, a couple other perks to it. So I feel like, you really don't even have to. Like, why not even go further? Yeah, build your own background. Okay, so they have this. It's not bad, I guess. Sample backgrounds, Acolyte. +2 wisdom. So you don't get any... do you get any ability scores or anything from that? No, the ability scores come from the backgrounds. Okay. Artisan. I guess you don't get any. So these all just starting equipment and attribute bonuses, proficiencies, a tool proficiency, a language.
Motherfucker, if you take an abacus, whatever class had the abacus, you're out of the party.
What was that? Let me click abacus. That was the artisan.
Bye, artisan. You're fucking out.
I'm gonna be a tiefling artisan. I'm gonna be an orc artisan.
Nope.
I'm gonna have my abacus as my improvised weapon. I'm gonna be a barbarian artisan. And I'm gonna have a weapon specialization in abacus.
God damn it.
Yeah. That actually would be imagine a kung fu movie with like a scribe who uses an abacus to just beat some people's asses. Exactly. How are you going to calculate how much you can carry if you don't bring your abacus, Baz?
We don't use abaci.
Abaci. That's his name. This abaci.
Abaci.
The artisan with 100 abacuses.
Love it.
He carries all the abaci with him. He has to keep track of them all. Because he keeps breaking them on the heads of bandits. Moving on, farmer, guard, gladiator. Okay, so these are all formula, like real simple stuff. I know somebody on Twitter singled this out for being problematic because the noble gets a bonus to charisma. I see. It's like, okay.
Well, yeah.
Like they would have more time to learn social nuance and deduction and like reading people and learning etiquette.
If charisma is an ability that reflects your aptitude for getting into the door, guess what? Money's definitely good at that.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, literally, they're taught etiquette and like diplomacy. So which is the most charisma based kind of thing. Labor, pilgrim. So, starting languages, rare language. Hey, we have our special guest here. Hello, hey, Greg. Can you see us?
I
can see you, and I'm gonna switch so that. Hold on, I'm trying to switch so that you're in my headphones and not feeding back like Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, I can kind of hear the feedback.
I just ate an amazing dinner. Oh
What'd
my!
You have?
A homemade roast chicken with homemade gravy.
Ooh.
On stuff I'm not supposed to eat potatoes anymore because they have the chemical that forms my kidney stones in them.
Oh,
So
amygdalin.
Right. So I was just drinking it straight from.
There you go.
Hey, we're drinking tonight. Yay.
Hey, we're all drinking.
We're all drinking.
Oh,
yeah.
hey, yep.
Yeah.
Gin and tonic.
Fuck yeah.
Blackview Porter. Yeah.
Shiraz.
That is a sure, and Bat says the Shiraz is the classy. Well, actually, gin and tonic's also pretty classy.
It's trying to remember the name of the gin brand. It's a smaller one. It's like Uncle Vic's Botanical.
Ooh.
And I'm like, ooh, this sounds.
Sounds like it was bought out of the trunk of a car.
The bottle looks fancy, man.
Okay.
And
hey,
you know,
presentation's key when you're selling bootleg alcohol, right?
This was made in the very finest bathtub. Wow. Rumor has it Margot Kidder took a bath in it once.
Well, let's check in on the Kickstarter.
We don't do bathtub gin anymore. We do car trunk gin.
All right.
Yeah, 73.
5 minutes.
Yep.
The very idea of watching this. First off, Ross, let me say thank you for running this.
Yay.
running this while moving house and losing a crate of my old White Wolf author copies. I would just be like, you ever see a shoe just lying by the side of the road and you get the feeling that someone got hit by a car and their shoe came off? That's what I'd be. I'd be that shoe if I'd had to run this.
Did you guys hear that? Greg potentially lost a box of author copies of White Wolf books. If you do not up that fucking pledge to make up for that loss, you're all fucking dead to us. Like,
wow, the push.
Don't reduce your pledge for me saying that, because we still want your money, but we just need more.
Yeah. I mean, it may turn up. It's you know. Yeah.
Also, thank you, Belmar, for upping your pledge to the
Belmar. Belmore's current champion of the stream right now.
Yeah.
Who will unseat them?
Rum and Diet Mountain Dew. That's super classy. That's
hell yeah.
Okay.
Fucking get it.
I know I had some. I just got some coconut rum. I'm going to be mixing with lemonade later tonight. So
how about you start now?
Yeah,
and get this.
I got to finish the beer first.
Well, fucking bottoms up, bitch. Skull that shit. Your Australian wife in the other room is probably going like, man, he's taking a long time sipping on that, crikey.
I'll let Maddie know. I'm almost through it, but yeah.
Dog, I haven't drank a ball of wine since the stream has started.
I know I could never match you drink for drink. Oh. I prefer the I just saw today this Mitchell Webb sketch where the premise was, if you're just a little under 2 drinks is the perfect level of drunk. You just want to be at like right under 2 drinks when you're a little tipsy. So yeah, that's
but once you reach that stage, it's always like, well, it's pointless to not finish this.
Oh no, if you go over 2 drinks, then it's the end of the world. Like it's the inebriati. They're the Illuminati, but they're all slightly buzzed.
I'm gonna try and get drunk enough to have a really bad RPG take here in a second.
Oh no, yeah.
Woo-hoo! People from the Virgin Islands don't deserve representation in RPGs.
No. What?
He's just shooting from the hips.
Why is this even a question?
Gamers of Prague, go away.
Well, speaking of hot takes, why don't we keep on looking at the D&D playtest document? Feats. So feats are certainly... One of the things I noticed with this is, I'll just scroll down. My hot take is, my pet peeve is that they left tough in. And I feel like this is a bad omen. Because tough is objectively one of the worst feats you can take. Because your hit point maximum increases by amount equal to twice your character level. So at level 1, you get 2 hit points. Whenever you gain a level, your hit point maximum increases by additional +2 hit points. So it's... like you don't even get enough to take the average of like a single sword swing. it means so little. If you actually gain like an additional hit die, or almost doubled your hit points, it would be worth it. But like, this is just so few hit points. When there's so many other things you could take, like
Tavern Brawler.
Yeah, look at that. You get all these special abilities for fighting unarmed.
Furniture as weapons. I love that.
So
that's just a great thing that should be in every RPG.
So ever since Third Ed, like this was a problem with D&D, was what they call system mastery. The idea that you can make a character who is terrible at their job because you don't know the system. So part of the game is you have to master this system. And a lot of role-playing games have solved these things, like Apocalypse World. You just choose like these three options, and you're done. And all
they're
the characters
all pretty good. With three, you get egg roll.
Yeah, exactly. And but now with Tough, I guess system mastery is still in here. So why don't we take a look at these other ones? Let's see, alertness.
I will tell you, my son, I didn't read this, full disclosure, but my son did. And his insight, and he's like, yeah, my instinct is to look at everything from a position of optimization. And he's like,
oh, sure.
Tavern Brawler. Okay, so you get that if you're a sailor. So let me tell you, every monk is going to be a sailor now.
Yeah, it's true. Why wouldn't you take this? If they even have the monk class in the next edition. Monk's always one of those classes that gets hit first. Like, I mean, they like a lot of the D&D designers have not liked the monk as a class. They didn't know what to do with it. It's either been overpowered or it's usually been underpowered from what I've seen. But it's just not well, we'll see. But anyway,
so if I was redoing the monk, I would just make it the naked warrior. I would steer into it completely. It's like, you not only fight without weapons, you fight without clothes. You're just this psychotic little nudist running around the battlefield, pummeling everybody. They don't want to hit you because they don't want to look at you that closely. Or if they do, because your charisma bonus is high, they're kind of dazzled. Think how fun that would be.
Okay. Counterpoint.
Yeah.
My monk is just, it converts whatever character concept you had. Your character is now Tony Shalhoub.
Oh, you're just detective.
You're just monk.
Okay, so I just picture a D&D RPG, but it's called let's see, Detectives and Death. Detectives
and Degenerates.
Oh, Detectives and Degenerates. Yeah,
wonderful.
So like, there's a monk class, there's a Columbo class.
Yeah, there's naked warrior, please.
Yeah. And yeah, so the
I
whole
ain't detected shit. Punch.
Instead of dungeons, it's a murder, and it's always some. It's the Columbo formula. It's always some rich asshole who overdoes their murder, and you have to solve it. So let's see here, Crafter.
Just one more thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a role-playing thing, because like, it doesn't like
tool proficiency with 3 different artisan tools.
Yeah, that's
too close to what I want in my real life.
Yeah. I took Crafter for my character. Get the fuck out of here, Bard.
Yeah.
No one needs you in the party.
Let's see, if you have a healer skill, you can spend one use of it intended. So the next one, healer, can expend one of its hit dice, and then you roll that dice. So yeah, why would you take? Yeah, Crafter is again another trap. But why would you take that for a 20% discount on items versus Battle Medic and healing rerolls? So like, that seems really, or Lucky.
All right, what does Lucky do?
You have
points.
Yeah, equal to your proficiency bonus. You spend the points on the benefits below. You regain them with long rest. Immediately after you roll a d20 or a d20, you can spend 1 luck point to give yourself advantage on that roll. So just
wait. Let me see if I understand this right, because my D&D is extremely rusty. So I'm lucky and I roll and it's crap, and I'm like, oh, I think I will spend a luck point to have advantage on this and roll a different die, and hopefully, yeah.
Or more importantly, you can impose disadvantage on someone else's.
That is so fucking wildly overpowered.
Yeah. Why would you pick anything other than Lucky? Lucky is...
Well, but it's a lot less overpowered now that NPCs don't get crits, right? Did I understand that correctly?
We haven't gotten that far yet. We've just been doing the character.
Thing.
Yeah, this is just character backgrounds and creation.
But you certainly do. I don't see anything that doesn't say that if you roll 20 on the other die, it isn't a crit.
Yeah.
You can still crit.
Luck has been banned in all games I have been in. Is that a 5th ed feat? Is that unchanged from 5th ed?
I don't know, but that's fucking wild. That's a overpowered ability.
As opposed to musician.
Yeah, no, musician's sensible.
Okay, so Magic Initiate, you just get 2 cantrips and a 1st level spell.
That's not bad.
That's also really good. Just get Cure Light Wounds. Like
Cure Light Wounds and the one that lets you move stuff around. Is Prestidigitation still in there?
Oh yeah,
I'm like, this is the one. It does everything. It cleans your clothes.
This might be the wine talking.
Mm-hmm.
Dungeons and Dragons is it's a dog shit game.
Oh,
sorry, y'all.
Sorry.
It's not great.
I don't want to come for the industry leader like that.
Yeah,
and you know, all of us have played this. All of us have had probably terrific times playing.
Yeah, but then we found the better games.
Well, perhaps games.
Well,
that
4th ed was a good game, and then they changed it to 5th ed. So,
wait, 4th ed was a good game.
I played like a 46 session campaign and then like a 10 session campaign in 4th ed. I liked 4th ed. So
I think they went wrong at 3rd. They should have stayed with 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so
never changed.
There's the hot take. Yeah, Thaco is wacko.
We hit the apex, and since then it's just all been decline, like the Roman Empire.
Apparently.
Look, you know what? D&D should just make more bad takes. They should be more problematic. Now they're this mealy mouth fucking like watered down RPG that has no fucking controversy.
You are just dying to get on cable TV, aren't you?
Bring back Vallejo art. I want like chainmail bikinis. I want on everyone.
See, Thacker is wacko. Savage Attacker also, you get advantage on all attack or weapon damage rolls.
Wow.
Once per turn. So
so it sounds like some of these are just wickedy powerful
compared to playing tough.
If you're playing a lot of typical hack and slash D&D.
Yeah.
What?
That was years ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So in the 4th ed campaign I ran in the early days of RPPR back in 2000,
the glory days, some might say.
Glory hole days.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
There was a player who talked about that.
Why? How'd this come up?
I didn't. Podcasting was new back then.
It certainly came up, Greg.
Yeah, I did not add it back then.
I just teed that right up, didn't I?
Slow him, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, so now, but fortunately, is there a feat for that?
Hey, where's the skeet feat?
Oh no, it's
those are called skeets, not feet.
I think that's in the Book of Vile Darkness.
Oh, that's what they meant by heavy load encumbrance. My bad. Sorry.
Don't. So creature. So yeah, the feat's not a great side for balancing. If they're sticking with this 5th ed stuff, is my role.
Inspiration.
Yeah. Okay.
My boy was complaining about that too. He's like, "Oh, good, something else to keep track of."
I think inspiration is from 5th ed. I don't remember, but if it's new, so it's inspiration is kind of like a fate point. It's a meta currency, but I don't like. Okay, the thing that I did see a take on Twitter about this, and this is what I don't like about it. gain it by rolling a natural 20, which means like fate points I love because you gain fate points by actually choosing to do something to put yourself at a disadvantage, and you get rewarded for that by getting a fate point. This is just like rewarding people who roll well, so it's entirely luck based. And
well, people who roll well are an excluded group. Really, nothing good ever happens to the people who consistently roll well.
Yeah,
the real victims here, Ross.
Yeah. Yeah, they truly are, especially for those players who play in online games. Like, oh yeah, I rolled another 20. Don't worry about it.
Get inspiration from a long rest. It sounds like a severe depressive's ultimate fantasy. No shit, man. I don't know what a long rest feels like anymore.
Yeah.
Too real. Very. Yeah.
Hey, this is escapist fantasy. We got to play heroes in our world. I'm a skeet mancer.
Oh no. You can only have one inspiration point at a time. If you get inspiration, you already have it. You can give it to someone else in your group. So that's
I just hot potato that shit.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So I guess if you keep rolling natural 20s, you can just pass it around. So yeah, okay, I guess that's good. But
and what's it do?
It gives you advantage.
Okay, so you just spend it. You're like, I'm going to take my advantage now, please.
You must do so before the rolling dice, so it's worse than lucky.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's better to be lucky than good. That's just realism.
Yeah. So inspiration is in 5th ed, but they don't use it before. People forget about it. So we'll see if maybe one D&D will do the same thing.
So
yeah.
So wait, you get inspiration in addition to any other stuff you get for a critical nat 20.
Well, they have the inspiration mechanic in 5th ed, but I think the getting on natural 20 is new.
You know, that lucky as opposed to good thing reminds me of the story from a high school where one of my friends was going to have to fight this kid after school, and he did not want to because my friend could not fight. But, you know, you got to fight. That's how it goes. Sometimes. You got called out. Got to fight. That kid he was going to fight had to leave school early because his appendix ruptured.
That's some good luck. That's some good luck.
Fight effectively canceled. Not even postponed.
I'm picturing that kid getting, because appendix ruptures, people die from those and they hurt. And I'm just picturing him getting wheeled out on his side, sobbing, and he passes the kid. He's going, "You got lucky this time."
I'm gonna get your ass.
I'm still gonna kick your ass.
Hey, that kid was an asshole. Fuck him. If he would have died, it would have been a fucking blessing.
Ooh.
Hey, I don't suffer bullies, man.
It's gonna.
That's a different topic for a different podcast. Live stream.
Different live stream. Yeah. So here are the list of spells you can get from that feat. Well, these are the spells that are eligible for like that magic novitiate feat and these other things you give you. So the 2 level 0
mage hand. And prestidigitation.
Also vicious mockery, which I believe these do damage.
10-foot pole, shocking grasp.
Yeah.
10-foot metal pole, shocking grasp, cattle prod.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, a lot of these utility ones too would give you a lot of like giving it to a martial class.
Bang for your buck. Healing word. Protection from evil and good. Boy, both?
That's a ranged healing.
So you're just gonna...
Yeah.
Hey, feel better, fuck!
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of options here. But so yeah, that's all they've given us so far. Obviously, as we get more documents from the Wizards of the Coast.
That's all I need to not run it. So good on you.
I'm definitely going to run the new edition when it finally comes out in 2024 because
I can't wait to play.
Yeah,
because you are trapped, you are shackled.
Yeah, I really am.
By your podcast audience, they are your cruel masters.
We need content.
let's see. We are so yeah, we finished looking at the D&D stuff, so now we can just see what's new on DrivethruRPG. If there's anything else you want us to pull up.
Stuff.
Yeah, this is
That's
from
been
Pocket
big,
Quest.
Camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Pocket Quest. It was doing like a summer camp themed game. We've been looking at some of the previous episodes. We can look at see. Yeah, if there's anything you want us to pull up, alert up Greg. We're happy to dig through here.
Oh,
Actually,
boy.
do you know much about Traveler, Greg? Because
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not the new version. I remember the cool little black books.
Those are awesome.
They knew what they were.
Did I see Legend of the Five Rings on best-selling titles?
Yeah, Adventures Rokugan. Rokugan.
Who can? Roku can.
It's got a good art. So is this?
I didn't actually want to look at it.
Oh, using the rules of the Fifth Ed SRD. So this is Fifth Ed compatible. Let's see if there is a full-size preview. 20 pages.
20 pages. So who did it?
Someplace called Edge Studios. So
probably licensed by Fantasy Flight, I gotta imagine. Yep, there it is, Fantasy Flight.
I was wondering who the writers were.
Mechanics Design, Max Brook, and Weldon
Bringhurst. I don't recognize a single name here.
Hey, they have sensitivity reviewers in there. That's good.
You're welcome.
Always a plus.
Edition, yeah. Cartography, lots of interior art. Katrina Ostrander is the FFG person. Additional material taken from all these books. And you did some L5R stuff, didn't you?
Way back when the crust of the earth was still cooling, yes.
Let's take a look at the table of contents. What is this book? Choosing the species. Well, there it goes again. Classes.
So you could play as a Naga. Okay, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Multi-class. Yeah, so it's back when it was its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I worked on it.
You can be a yokai? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, 420 pages at least. Like it's
it.
It's full RPG. And Fifth Ed compatible.
It's a big lad.
Mm-hmm. No wonder it's about sell. I wonder if they did the Kickstarter for this. I don't follow Legend of the Five Rings, so I wasn't aware that this was coming out. But I wouldn't be surprised if this had been Kickstarted.
No, Weird Square. There's no way it's the last edition because that's not how you make money.
Oh yeah, for Fifth Ed or for D&D.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Don't worry. 2030, there will be a new edition of D&D. If not sooner.
Okay, let's see. How many of these have I read? Art of War, yes. Book of Five Rings, yes. Code of the Samurai, no. Hagakure, sorta. Pillow Book of Sei Shonagon, don't know. Tale of Genji, I think I did read.
I read Tale of Genji.
Was that the one with the big pile of snow?
I think
where
so,
they made the snow mountain and were betting on when it would finally melt. All right, let's see what else.
I've read Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Tales
of Genji I think is like a realistic novel. I think that's
it's considered the first novel by many. All right, let's see. So go back up. Let's see what works of fiction. Never heard of it. Musashi by Isha Yoshikawa is amazing. There is this great. Have either of you read it?
No.
I think my single favorite part, there is this horrible old woman, and she's from like this old samurai family, but she's not super rich, but she is just haughty and snotty, and every single thing that Musashi tries to do in his young life, she is in his way, telling him he sucks. And there's a part where he finally snaps and he's like, I'm gonna beat this old lady to death. I know it's wrong. I know I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble. And yet I will not be able to forgive myself if I don't kill her right now. And as he is coming up on her to batter her to death, she spits a needle in his eye, and he's like, what the? People can actually do that? I thought that was an urban legend. She's like running away, flicking him off behind her back.
Jeez.
It's an amazing book.
Oh, damn. Also 120 million copies sold. One of the best-selling books series in history. Damn.
All right, do you want me to keep
Bible?
going?
No, well, let's keep looking at the inspiration, because I have seen a lot of these.
Let's see. I think I've seen 13 Assassins.
Yeah, I've definitely seen 13 Assassins.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I have on DVD. Gate of Hell, never heard of.
I've seen the Keanu Reeves 47 Ronin.
First off, just for everyone's who had opinions on that 47 Ronin, that movie fucking slaps.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes, it's fucking rad.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves, first of all, when Keanu Reeves picked that movie up to direct it, because he directed it, he did not want to star. He did not want to be in it. He wanted only Japanese people to be in it. From various sides of the fucking aisle, they're like, no, we want you in it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm Keanu Reeves. I can't say no. So I'll literally be in anything. That movie fucking ripped, and the fact that he was a white guy in a Japanese movie, he never once took the spotlight from the Japanese people. In fact, he played a character that was alongside them the whole time, never in the forefront. And that is what makes Keanu Reeves a badass motherfucker.
All right.
And also, it's a rad movie. There's really cool visuals. It's like Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro shit. It's rad.
Hero is... You've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The Hero's amazing.
Kagamusha, very good.
So here, we'll just go back. I do like the thing about the 47 Rounds. Every time I think about that is they have this heavily tattooed guy on the movie poster, and it's like tattoos look like bones, so he looks like a skeleton dude. And he's only in one scene, but he's on the poster because he looks so cool.
Because he looks so cool.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's a visual medium, Ross.
It is a visual medium, it turns out.
Rashomon!
Another amazing. 13 Assassins had I watched that towards the end of the Trump presidency, and boy did it sting. Did that fucking ending feel so much better when the fucking rich never fucking saw service, never fought for anything in his whole life, who just torments the weak because he can, and he fucking gets it at the end. Oh my God. Seeing that motherfucker oh my God, dying hurts. It's like, yeah, fuck you. Bleed out, fucking be mad about it. Piece of shit. Fuck you.
All right. Do you want spoilers for Musashi?
Sure.
Because the whole book, the structure of it is amazing. You've got Musashi, who is kind of this sword prodigy dirtbag, right? And just sort of stumbling around, never bathing, winning all these sword fights. And then in opposition to him is this other guy who is rich and has studied the blade and really likes, is this elegant, noble type who just really likes killing people with swords. It's like his hobby. And initially he seems okay. And then as you go on, you're like, oh no, all that is just a facade. He has good manners, but is actually a rapey, entitled monster. And they're kind of circling each other through all this huge series of events. And you're always like, is this it? Is this it? Are they finally going to show? And, and Musashi's reputation keeps going up and up. And this guy keeps thinking, eventually I'm going to have to fight him if I want to be the best swordsman in Japan. And so the book rises to this climax where he has challenged Musashi, and Musashi's like, yeah, okay, I'll meet you on this island at dawn. We'll do this thing. And he is, meditating and purifying himself. And Musashi sleeps in. They bring him a bowl of water to wash his face, and he just drinks it. Goes into the boat, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to do this with a wooden sword. And he's carving a wooden sword out of a paddle as they're taking him over. And, the guy who has been sort of culturally perfect swordsmaster is waiting for him there. He's like, this has been a long time coming. And Musashi's like, you've already lost. It's like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, you just drew your sword and threw your scabbard away. On some level, you know you're never going to need it again. And the scene ends. And the next scene is just Musashi being rowed back to shore.
There is some historical precedent for that too, that he actually bludgeoned a dude with a fucking oar because he's like, fuck swords, I don't need this shit. And he's just like, club, I'm done, we're out, bye, one and done. And that's how that's how their sword fighting went. It was pretty much one and done. Whoever was the fastest and the most like adept won the fight usually.
Yep.
And someone with a very long oar is going to beat someone with a short sword. In that case, if you're Musashi, I guess.
If you're Musashi, the normal rules don't apply to you.
Yeah.
He was the Michael Jordan of killing people with swords.
We will say, though, he was on the losing side at the Battle of Sekigahara, though.
Yeah.
So he couldn't carry the whole team.
He couldn't carry the whole team.
He was no LeBron James.
It turns out when there's thousands of dudes, it doesn't matter if you have a LeBron James.
He needed his Pippen. He needed his Rodman on the side.
He needed Pippen,
Oh, hey, Usagi Yojimbo's on there.
Mm-hmm. Yay! Yep. Unfortunately, so is Inuyasha.
Oh,
Kagome!
Yeah.
It's an anime.
Okay, I haven't seen it. Usagi Yojimbo's. One of my favorite bits from Usagi has to be where this guy is, it's all about wandering swordsmen, and one of them is this guy with a wife, and now that he's a Ronin, the way he supports himself is that he travels from town to town, challenging the local tough guy to a sword fight, and when he wins, he bets heavily on himself, and so at one point bumps into Usagi and, sort of backs him into a duel. And Usagi's like, I'll fight you with wooden swords. He's like, no, only steel will settle this. And Usagi's like, there it is. Mm-hmm. And the guy's talking to his wife. He's like, I've fought 10 men and never been hit once. How many can this guy have defeated? Meanwhile, we, the reader, have watched Usagi mow through like mountains of people.
He's swath of destruction in his wake.
He's this cute, pleasant sweetheart, but my God, his body trail is miles.
Has anyone watched the Netflix animated?
I started and I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I imagine from the perspective of a new generation being pulled into something, it's cool. It is definitely a rough adjustment because it's got kind of a futuristic setting to it. Like there's technology. It feels kind of weird, but it's pretty
Space
good.
Usagi was good.
Yeah,
I would give the Netflix a try if you're just wanting a really cool anthropomorphized animal samurai story. It's rad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it captures the original.
I mean, you could not do like the one I was talking about. So, and it's again this thing where the scene is, he's standing there with the sword and Usagi's like, okay, I didn't want this to happen, but I guess it's happening. And then it cuts away. And, he had this big argument with his wife where she's like, why don't we just stop? We can be together. Me, you, our infant son. And she's like, we have enough money to get by. And he's like, no, you deserve to live like a queen. I'm going to bet all our savings on me beating that guy. And if you can't stand to watch me kill another man, meet me by the watchtower at the edge of town at sunset. It'll be done by then. And so the end of it is these 3 horizontal panels. And the first is her there and the sun's just starting to go down. And she's like, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay, little one. Your father's coming and he loves us. And then you see the sun is almost set. And she's like, your father loves us. And the last is her face down, full dark, the baby screaming.
Jeez.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that doesn't translate well to new generations of
Yeah.
Yeah,
was Rurouni Kenshin on that list?
It was not.
Damn it, that's a shame. It should.
That's another anime and manga series.
Rurouni Kenshin is the samurai that his Batosai Manslayer. He has the reverse blade katana that's blunted on the main side where it should be sharp, because he no longer wants to kill people and he doesn't want to kill anymore. He's taken a vow of not killing. Let me tell you, boy, does that motherfucker keep killing people. But boy, he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
So how angsty is this on a scale of 1 to?
It's a shonen, like
Rurouni Kenshin?
Yeah, it's pretty
angsty. Fuck.
Yeah, he's very tortured.
Oh, why must I be so good at killing people?
It's very Evanescence. Yeah.
There's a really good scene of him fighting in a bamboo forest. I can't remember the name of that particular one, but oh man, that's a good scene. You should at least watch that fight.
So looking at this list all together, so it's drawing from different genres, which I like. So like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is obviously a very famous wuxia, and
it's Chinese.
It's Chinese, exactly, and so is Hero. But Hidden Fortress by Kurosawa is a Shambara movie, which is Japanese samurai period film.
Throne of Blood.
Yeah, Throne of Blood. And
best Kurosawa film, in my opinion.
Yeah,
just gonna say it.
It's
my favorite.
My personal favorite is Dreams, but that's a different discussion.
No, I'm talking about the Kurosawa samurai films, Ross. Okay, Dreams obviously is a fucking work of art.
No, there are a lot of them they can all be works of art. Quite isn't even a samurai thing. It's a collection of Japanese ghost stories.
No, I'm talking about.
Yeah, so yeah.
Is that the one with Hoichi the Earless?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
It's also unfinished because
Speaking of your visual media, I just loved Hoichi the Earless because I'm like, this looks amazing. Oh,
hey, before we get into Qui-Gon,
yeah.
Let's look at the Kickstarter.
There it is.
Yeah, that's Hoichi.
That's a haunting image. I'm gonna put that in an RPG soon. A game I run. Ross, let's look at the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Take a look.
Hey, there are 13 people in this chat right now. Some of you have already upped your donation goals. You're backing. We appreciate and love you. Can we get a couple more of you? Maybe throw a couple more dollars your way. You got a couple extra bucks lying around.
You have a career at a public television fundraising thing. So Greg had to step away for a moment. We don't know if
Greg will not come back if we don't get that that number up. Okay. Look, there are starving Gregs out there. Greg had
we need to do a PBS style fundraiser and offer tote bags and shit.
I will custom make tote bags for everyone here. Poor Greg has to go back and work in the RPG mines.
We need to have the custom graphics and like.
Oh, sorry, I just dropped out because I'm a lightweight drinking gin.
Oh,
hey, Greg needs a potato-based surgery soon, and we're gonna need you to help back this Kickstarter to pay for it.
Yeah.
Do you want Ross to give him a board support? He will if you put.
I will. Yeah. That'll be for the next Kickstarter. Is that we'll do the telethon thing. We'll build a set. It'll be great. It'll definitely be worth it.
How are you doing there, little Greggy? I'm hanging in, Ross. My back hurts so much.
If only I had a little more money for gin and tonics.
I'm afraid them kidney stones are gonna come back.
Oh no. So like for Legend of Five Ring, it's not just samurai stuff. You could make any number of genres of stories with it. Like Yojimbo is a great pick because my long-standing position is every role-playing game a scenario plot is basically Yojimbo. Yeah. It's two groups of NPCs who hate each other, and you come in between them. Like that's what it should be. Like that's what every good plot is. Like
not every good plot. That's a very good
for
plot,
RPG.
But
it's for RPGs though. It's just
it would be hard to do that in Delta Green sometimes. Some Delta Green stuff is just it's like here's the aberration.
No, because
your problem now.
But you represent someone who is in between multiple forces at work.
in Delta Green, you have the monsters on one side. So the Yojimbo, are the player characters, obviously, but then the monsters on one side, then legitimate law enforcement authorities. So the player characters have to navigate both dealing with the monster and the cultists, the aberration, also while not getting arrested themselves.
Greg.
So that's the Yojimbo.
Greg, who's the real monster? The Dark Young or the local police department? Spoiler alert, it's the Dark Young. At least the one that's going to win that fight.
So, yeah, no, it's I'm glad that the L5R is still doing well, and
good for them.
Yeah,
I bought the L5R.
I'm not heard much about Edge Studios.
Back in like 2016 or 2017, maybe they did they remade, like they redid the L5R card game into a like LCG.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought the base set. I never got to play it.
Wow, this Edge.
Oh wait, Midnight, is that?
What are we doing? Midnight?
Is that the Sauron Wins setting?
Fuck yeah, that was
cool yeah.
Oh
man,
damn it.
I played a little bit of that, and what summed it up for me was that we spent most of a session trying to find the specific mushroom that one of our characters needed to make an ointment to treat the infection on my character's hand that he got from a rat bite that when he was trying to catch a rat to eat it for dinner. I'm like, that's how grimdark Midnight is.
That's some Dark Soul shit.
You are just gonna, there's no point trying to open that door. The knob is just gonna come out of in your hand, and inside the knob are about 4 generations of poisonous spiders.
What's the stretch goal for retiring future Turnstone?
I will never stop.
How about if we get to 7,500?
7,500.
Yeah, 7,500. You got 44 minutes. I believe in y'all.
Midnight has the potential to be a really cool setting because it is like Sauron won, the Middle Earth fell pretty much, and now you live in the fucking destroyed wasteland. But there is some semblance of civilization still. It's just very totalitarian.
This is the future that elves want.
Yeah.
So Edge Studio did the 5th ed conversion for it. So that seems to be, I guess, what they're doing. Well,
it was a 3.5 to begin with, so
it's not a big leap.
Oh, and they've got their own. Oh well, is it their own Supers game there? They seem busy.
Yeah, they seem to be doing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in the Gincest system.
Please don't pronounce it Gincest.
Gincest.
Sorry, yeah. Genesis, I guess.
That makes me want to stop drinking gin.
They're also doing translations. Look, in Spanish. It looks.
Did I ever tell you about the time that we were at a party and someone asked, "Hey, do you guys have because we had ciders? We had a bunch of apple cider." And someone was like, "Hey, do you guys have any gin?" And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "I want to make a mixed drink." And I was like, "Fuck you." Put the two together and give me an idea of what comes up in your mind, because gin and cider doesn't sound great if you say it fast enough.
All right, so this
I'm just Sidin. All right, Hostile Zero. That's a pretty good title.
Yeah. This is a solo RPG.
Okay.
Blue collar sci-fi.
I'm out.
Alien.
You're out?
Yeah.
I don't do solo RPGs, man. I am a collaborative player. I can't do solo shit.
Don't like being alone with your thoughts?
God damn, are you fucking kidding me, Greg? I don't like being alone with 3 other people with my thoughts. That's why I've drank a bottle and a half of wine so far.
Too real.
Yeah, too real. A lot of setting material, but
looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a traveler book, basically.
Yeah.
Just fancier.
Yeah. How to solo? Okay.
Oh, and speaking
I feel like it's a little busy actually for a solo game. I think a solo game, I mean, they're basically like, here are the prompts you need to write about stuff. Like that's what solo RPGs are doing. I don't know what else. Or it's a choose your own adventure thing, but like
how big is it?
It is a 230 it is 319 page setting, a 236 rule book. Oh. Wait, what? I think they're talking about the game line. This is 230.
The game line.
Seth, you're right. That's why
230.
every game I play, video games now that I play, I have to stream them because I need you guys there with me while I'm playing. Otherwise, like, I go fucking crazy.
Okay.
Speaking of, next up on the Future Wolferdine Twitch channel, we're doing modded Cyberpunk.
How modded is Cyberpunk? What do the mods do?
I'm going to do a lot of like big conversions that change pretty much everything about the game that CD Projekt Red fucked up. So it's going to be a lot of like quality of life stuff and a lot of things like texture modding and better car mods, better environment mods, better people mods, like population mods. So like people don't just like spawn in randomly out of fucking nowhere to make up for the fact that you're not looking at them. Yeah. CD Projekt Red cut a lot of corners on that game.
Okay.
3. So you're like,
are you just poking around randomly here, Ross?
Yeah, that's what we do for most of these streams. If you have a suggestion of something for us to look at, I'd be happy to pull it up.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
you want to plug one of your own games? We can look at one of your games if you want to.
Yeah, we can do that.
What all have I got? There's a lot of my stuff on there. That's because I sort of put it there and forget about it until.
Oh, you know what? I did this last week, but I feel like with 2 new sets of eyes, we should take a look at this again.
What are we looking at?
Well, Baz probably has a suspicion, but
oh hell!
Did you
baby girl?
Did I see Cinnabar?
Yeah, you did, baby girl.
New edition.
We're getting in this.
Look, copyright 2022. Raven McCracken still out there.
He's still alive, man. I don't know when it died to COVID. I was a figure Raven McCracken would have been that guy, but
so I did this last week.
Why would you assume that?
Because Raven McCracken strikes me as someone who may not be on the same political spectrum as us. I'm wrong. I may be wrong. That might be just me. He's a weird guy.
Not every weird guy is politically extreme.
I don't know, Greg. I don't know. He's a weird older white guy.
I mean, there's arguably I am too.
But Greg, I vetted you. You're fine. Until I get to sit down and have a chat with Raven, which I would love.
Okay, invite him on your stream. He'd probably do it.
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah.
So Cinnabar, I feel like Cinnabar, just as a cultural artifact, has sort of survived its
as a piece of outsider art. I do respect it because he's kept up with it for so long.
Dude, one of our people, one of our tribe, literally has a piece of Cinnabar art tattooed on their leg.
Yeah.
Noah Cardin has the raccoon checking his watch with the fucking RPG.
That's from Cinnabar.
Tattooed on his leg. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it started out and everyone was like, "Oh, this is so over the top. This is so over the top," but it's become like a touchstone, a synonym for over the topness, and if you go far enough over the top, you pass from the ridiculous to the sublime. And I don't know if Cinnabar has done that, but I'm sure there are people who've played of it. People have certainly played Cinnabar games where it was just this thing, this magnificent experience.
I don't know if the rules are good enough for that kind of experience. They're pretty fucking.
So I will give you. I will, guys. I do plan to buy the Ultimate Adventures Guide, which is $45
in PDF. You might as well bring the extra $20.
Yeah, and get the hardcover.
To get the hardback.
Hey, up that pledge, y'all. And
Ross needs Cinnabar.
Ross, Baz, and Greg will play Cinnabar.
I'm going to do a series of this.
Don't drag me. Don't drag me into this.
You hopped on the live stream, dog.
Oh no!
It's everything's fair game.
I didn't click any TOS. What happened?
This will be the dark. Hey,
$10. Woo!
Hey. So
just punched myself in the ear.
There'll be a lot of that. Don't worry.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting this one, which is the player character creation guide. I'm definitely going to do multiple episodes of After Hours to look at this in detail.
Okay.
Dude, you see that whip,
but that's in the future.
Dude,
can you play an intelligent car in Cinnabar?
I don't know. They just put it in here. Oh, including a foreword by the creator of Magic, the Gathering.
Dr. Richard Garfield.
Yeah.
Dr. Richard Garfield.
And there's a car there for some reason.
I want the introduction from Dr. Richard Garfield to read like he is sitting by a blazing fireplace in his smoking jacket with a snifter breath. I remember the first day that Raven C.S. McCracken reported for work at Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, like that's the thing, Greg. Like, I guess once I get it, I'll send you that. Maybe we can just have you read that. And thank you, Matt. Maddie brought me popcorn.
Hey, tell Maddie to bring you some fucking coconut rum so we can get this party fucking started, dog. Maddie,
Maddie's left the room.
I'm gonna message her.
But anyway, so that'll be for future projects. No, I think Greg, would you be willing to read the foreword in your best Richard Garfield impression?
Well, it's really a pseudo Fraser Crane voice, but sure.
I feel that's pretty accurate. So the Cinnabar Quick Start tutorial just kind of begins with this table of contents, which doesn't actually have page numbers on it. Just kind of an outline.
Flashbacks, diceless, Fates Roll, the ruins. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
a little starship. Here for it.
Yep. Living planet-sized starship. Just some, definitions of things. No, I think so.
It's just Mars, isn't it? That's what it was in the old.
Well, it's a hollowed out planet, and you live inside that, and it's got like.
But it was Mars.
But you can survive on the surface. It said.
No, it's in. But it's inside. I think.
It's Mars on the inside.
Yeah, but anyway, that doesn't matter. It's like a D&D world for the most part. But like starts out with the pregens before you really define anything. So we have our first pregen, Thurman Bast, who's a human who weighs 70 kilograms. He's a mage warrior, and his merit value is 300. Which
I don't know. I know
they don't even describe that in the previous page.
I don't know what merit warrior.
Well, Greg, your merit value is 400 IRL.
Okay,
so you're above Thurman Bast.
Suck it, Thurman.
Thurman
noises without touching you.
Yeah. I like that his healing spring potion is melon juice flavored.
And, blood orange juice.
Wait, I love melon juice, by the way.
Well, it heals damage, apparently.
Melon everything is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
What, Greg, are you not a melon fan?
No, I've never liked any form of melon.
I like this. This is my my favorite of the characters. So,
a tigress centaur, a cat centaur.
Player chooses Bengal or White Tiger. So I guess
is it reverse centaur? What kind of centaur is it? Is it cat body, human head, human body, cat head? I'm going cat body, human head.
I think it's like furry, like centaur, but it's a furry, and instead of a horse, it's a tiger. So
that's a fucking nightmarish thing to imagine. That's one of those like. That's one of those. If Garfield was Lovecraftian horror.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Odie. Where are you? I smell your fear.
Because he's like, well, if I just do tiger shit on people, it's no challenge. So I'm gonna have to fit my inch-long claw through this. Hold on. Yeah, start running. This is
Greg.
This is the only way I feel pleasure. Okay, finger in the gun.
We looked this up last time. A tiger weighs like 300 kilograms. So this is like a house cat size.
Yeah, it is.
Also, yay!
Hey, thank you, Maddie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maddie. I love you.
You got a good one there, Ross.
Greg,
I really do.
Do you remember that series of fan arts that were coming out where they turned Garfield into a Lovecraftian horror?
Maybe.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of right now. Because this shit is dark.
Yeah. So
I can smell your fear.
I no longer require eyes, John. Okay, that's good.
Where are you, John? I can feel you.
You've seen, surely, Garfield minus Garfield, right?
Oh, yeah. Very good stuff.
What was it?
You had so much to be grateful for.
It always hits. It never
Anyways,
doesn't hit.
So yeah, this cat tar is the size of a house cat. It's Garfield size.
42 kilograms is
my
big.
cat.
It's
my
like
cat is not 42 kilograms, dog.
All right.
That's
all right. What is
how many pounds is that? What's that in American?
What's that in freedom units?
Okay,
yeah, my cat
pounds.
does not weigh 100 pounds. Holy shit. That's like young mountain lion pounds.
Yeah.
Well, it's not tiger
Still
size.
Small. Still
it's
small,
not
though.
tiger size. No.
Tigers are big as fuck.
Also, you got to look at armor where it's 15 protection factor, so I guess it's good sunscreen. Handgun range 500 meters for his handgun.
What? Okay, hold up. There is no handgun in the world that is accurate at 500. Holy
this is
shit.
Cinemar. The bullets are probably intelligent.
That is literally half a kilometer. Whereas handguns are accurate at about 10 yards. Roughly. Like you can get a target pretty effectively at 10 yards.
Well, I mean,
situation.
Also for a 90-pound cat tar,
if it's not screaming,
he can throw grenades for 40 meters. So yeah,
what the fuck?
He has quite the arm on him. So
he's four. How many kilograms?
42.
42 kilograms. Yeah. So 16 kilograms are just his right arm, just his pitching arm.
He's just like yoked on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else just sinks into the ground and clings.
Oh, we gotta do blade checks, everyone.
Oh yeah, Greg, do you have a blade handy?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I have
you just moved.
objects. Yeah.
Oh
wait, hold on.
Here, wait.
Oh yeah, son.
There we go. See, we're doing. Have you seen Dune? The new Dune.
No.
This is the salute they do in Dune. The House.
The knife salute to the forehead.
Yeah. Yes. The knife salute to the forehead.
We have to salute the Fremen. The chat is the Fremen. We are the interlopers that have come to the chat Dune.
Yes, game designers and podcasters. We exclusively have blades, not guns.
I'm a blunt instrument ligature man. That's how.
Oh, that's right. It's true.
That's how I was trained.
Cane check.
I do not have a cane.
I know Greg does. He better do the Dune. You gotta do the Dune thing. Do this. You gotta do the Dune thing. There you go. Cheers.
You're making me switch all these objects constantly.
I know. It's if only you had the tavern weapon switching feat.
So Weird Squared said gun/blade check because that would be a reference to when Greg stole. Oh, not Greg. Adam Scott Glancy pulled out a fucking shotgun on Twitch.
Mm.
We were talking about fascists. And he just like, that's why I have this bad boy always around me. And like, I'm like, Adam, that is a shotgun. We are on Twitch right now. That is definitely a TOS violation. But also, bless you for doing it. I fucking love you, you fucking madman.
The story I remember was about Blair Reynolds showing up, and I'm trying to remember who it was who was at the old pagan house playing Call of Cthulhu with him, and he shows up with a handgun in a side holster and, unsnaps it and just puts it on the table, and the guy's like, Blair, why are you armed? 'Cause I'm gaming.
From what little I know about Blair Reynolds, that sounds very in character.
I've heard worse reasons.
Yeah. He's the one who lives out in the woods now, right? Like total hermit.
Did he pass away?
No, Blair Reynolds is still alive, right?
Is he?
No, Blair Reynolds did pass away. I apologize. I think he
okay.
did.
Who was the one who's like a hermit in the woods then?
He was a hermit in the woods
for
quite some time. Let's check out his Wikipedia page here.
Okay.
Yeah, he did pass away last year.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he was very heartbreaking, very sad because his contributions to the hobby cannot be denied, and he was an amazing person from what I gathered.
I only met him one time, and I remember playing pool with him, and John Tynes just staring, and I'm like, "What's going on, John?" He's like, "You and Blair just don't seem to belong in the same universe to me." And I'm like, and Blair and I are like, "What, man? We're just playing pool. We're shooting some stick."
One of the contributors for Countdown.
Oh, Realm of Shadows. Look at Realm of Shadows. If that's the one what's the one I'm thinking of? With it's Secrets of Mesoamerica had an amazing cover.
Yeah.
That's
one of my most prized books in my collection.
I have that in my bookshelf over there.
Speaking of Greg Stolze and World of Darkness books, I have a few of your World of Darkness books on my shelf. Some of your Hunter of the Reckoning stuff, I believe, or was it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did a lot of work for them back in the day. So look at that.
So nice.
Yeah.
God, that book fucking rips, dude. I love that game. That's that fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ross, you were in the game where I had just like popped into the game, made a critical failure, and convinced everyone it was traditional vampires, right?
Yes. What was it? Yeah, RPPR.
Oh yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
I have run this game for people, and I've also played
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
So I ran Well Sacrifice, and then I played in it with Max Nestorowicz in his Relatable Roles podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I played it. He's like, "Have you run this or played this before?" I was like, "I've run it before."
There you are. Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I don't know if you want to be in it." I was like, "Yeah, dog, I'll be in it because here's the deal. It doesn't fucking matter if you've played it before. You can play this campaign so many times, you'll never win. You are fucked from the get-go."
It's Sarah King, the nickname the Boneyard, and this is if you haven't listened, spoilers for an episode I posted in 2009. From
it's a good year.
Yeah. So this is getting I ran it in like one of the hotels at Gen Con in like the downstairs lobby cafeteria area, and so the noise quality was terrible, but Tom and Aaron both made characters for it. Tom started feeling unwell halfway. No, Aaron died first because the whole thing was like you're in a cave and you found a little tunnel leading to another part of the cave, and Aaron went in and then immediately got eaten by the monsters. And then Tom felt unwell, and so he's like, I gotta go. And like, oh, Aaron, you can take over his character. And Aaron's like, all right, I'm gonna go in with 2 shotguns this time, and it'll be fine, or something like that.
Where one failed, 2 shall succeed.
Plan B is we try Plan A again, but harder.
I'm just gonna roll better this time. Now that I know there's monsters, I'm not gonna die.
I'm gonna shove this shotgun-shaped peg into the square-shaped hole.
And he just immediately gets killed again. And it's like, no, it was the first time Aaron died twice in the same game. It was not the only time Aaron died twice in the same game, but it was the first.
I see. That's your problem. He got a taste for it.
He did.
It's funny that amongst
there it is.
Yep. There's Greg right there. For the record, Greg was even more hilarious in person.
So, I love that. Like in our conversations amongst people who have written and ran scenarios for RPPR, there's a kind of unspoken rule for writing your scenario called the Aaron contingent. Like Caleb and I have spoken at great lengths about this. Like if Aaron is playing in your game, you have to have some sort of out for whatever shenanigans he's going to pull, because Aaron will inevitably Aaron your game. And I say this with the most love and respect because I love Aaron to death.
Oh yeah,
this is not a slight against Aaron, but boy does Aaron have a way of torpedoing a game in the most like kind-hearted, well-meaning sense ever.
Yeah,
he's never doing it intentionally.
No, he's just like, once he decides he's going to do it, he's just going to do it.
Yeah.
So this is a scenario I came up with. I based it on a real murder case.
Wow.
In 1928. I actually got a copy of The Long Lost Friends, and I used this in the scenario.
What is The Long Lost Friend?
The Long Lost Friend is a book of magic of remedies come up by the Pennsylvania Dutch. It's basically like magic spells and curses and things like that, but it's basically asking Jesus, an angel. Oh, sorry, not friend. So it's American Grimoire.
Yeah. What a terrible title.
Yeah. So it's basically like, Jesus, curse my enemies or help me find my cow.
Dear Lord Jesus, in your infinite mercy, strike with boils.
Wait, go back up real quick.
To make good beer.
Who wrote this?
It's John George
Homan.
Yeah.
John George Homan doesn't strike me as the kind of name of a person who could use the word powwow.
Yeah,
that could just be me though.
Yeah, language. Yeah,
well, it was in German. The long hidden friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's different than long lost friend.
See, spells. Here it is. See, ye thieves, I conjure you to be obedient like Jesus Christ. I command you by the power of God. So it's basically like asking God to punish these thieves. So basically trying to be a D&D cleric, but in real life.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so I found this fascinating.
You are coming under your hats. You are scattered. We've all been there.
Wait. Go back up.
Yeah.
To make good beer, take a handful of hops, 5 or 6 gallons of water, about 3 tablespoons of ginger, half a gallon of molasses. Filter the water, hops, and ginger into a tub containing the molasses. This was 1920 or 1820?
1820.
Okay, 1820. Even by 1820, they had a functioning idea of how alcohol worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the whole book's online. Like, that's just part of it. So
I'm just saying they didn't rely on wild yeast by 1820. They would use bread starters for yeast, or they would use like
not the paddles. Pennsylvania Dutch. The
Dutch were fucking great at making beer.
No, the Pennsylvania Dutch. Those are German immigrants settling in Pennsylvania.
They would obviously know beer.
Butter Schropooch.
If you do, you'll have to clean it up.
Yeah. So, anyways, the whole point is, the reason I brought this up is so I ran a Call of Cthulhu based on this obscure murder and this obscure American grimoire. And the thing is, Aaron was in this game. And the game starts with the player characters they're all members of this local community, and they've all been asked to meet at this cabin at nightfall.
They're screwed.
The cabin by the edge of the woods, and the woods are like on a slope. They're like wood, like a hill. So they're at the bottom of the hill. The woods go all the way up to the top of the hill. And so imagine that scene. Someone starts shooting at them from the top of the hill. None of them are armed. None of the player characters are armed. Aaron, unarmed, is like, well, I'm going to charge up the hill.
I'll be running up that road. I'll be running up that hill.
Yeah. And he has a gun and you don't. What are you gonna? He's gonna get so many attack rolls on you. Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm gonna charge him. It's like, okay. Aaron actually made it to him, and the guy ran out of ammunition, but still beat him to death with his rifle. And no one came out to help Aaron. Aaron died in the first encounter of the game. I thought the player characters, would hide in the cabin and run away. Like, yeah.
Like the cowards you expect a Call of Cthulhu player to be.
Yeah.
What about Hearts and Minds?
The
game I ran when I came down.
Oh God, I think that was
Hearts and Minds.
Yeah,
it was a Delta Green game I ran, and Aaron, there was a woman. One of the leads was a person that was in a assisted care facility, and Aaron's like, "Well, I'm going to go in their records and try and find their records." Boy, did he find their records! And also, one of the people working there came into the fucking like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It was like a 60 or 70-year-old woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I choke her out.
So you got to oh no, you got to do the old woman voice.
Yeah, I don't know if I did on the recording, but I might have.
Hey,
so
young man, what are you doing here?
I remember Aaron was specifically asking, well, my character's good at computers. Can I make a computer use check to bluff my way into leaving the room? Like, he was trying to use his computer skill as a substitute for social skills. It's like, no.
That's
yeah.
We've seen a lot of that in the real world.
So the culmination.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
So, this culmination of events was Ross and Holly, my partner's character, my partner who was playing in the game. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ross and my partner were both took sand hits and like got temporary insanities from their dealing with the patient, while Aaron was like, I'm going to hack the database. I was like, well, I mean, yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Sure.
Anyways, she comes in. I was like, no, that's not going to work. And he's like, well, I tried to choke her out. So he tries to choke her out, fails. She stabs him in the neck with a big pin and fucking crits him on the roll. So like the building catches on fire somehow. One of y'all started a fire. I don't remember. But so though you two are sitting in the parking lot, both like just like despondent, staring off into the middle distance in the parking lot, while there's smoke billowing from the windows. Aaron's crawling out of a window as Caleb pulls up in the vehicle to get you guys to go to the next location, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And Caleb's like, "I just drive away." And I was like, "Caleb, that's the most sensible thing I've heard all fucking day."
Clearly I just took a wrong turn here.
I have to say Aaron is a good sport about it, because like in the Hex Hollow, character got killed in the first encounter and he was good. Just that's fine. He just listened to us play the rest of the game. Like he hung out the whole time and he was fine with it. He was just
you couldn't even throw him a GMC to play.
Like there were like it was like a full table. There were like 5 or 6 players there. I was just like and it was investigative. I was like, I don't have time to shoehorn you back in. I didn't anticipate it sufficiently enough, but Aaron, oh god, he did his best. Bless him for it. I'm trying to think what other ones. God, those are the ones that always come up first in terms of Aaron moments, but I know that obviously there's quite a few others.
We're nearing up to 10-minute mark, 10-minute warning in the stream. Let's go. That Ludonarrative Dissidents season 2.
Yay! Another $20. Yay!
Let's get to 7.
I reminded someone on Twitter.
Yay!
7,500.
People say it's worthless.
7,500. Let's
that would
fucking
be great.
do it.
I would love it.
Well, I promise I'll edit out all of Greg's future tense rants unless he just puts it in the middle, something I can't edit out. So no,
but it's an important service.
Hey, impromptu added benefit. If you get to 7,500, they'll review Horse of Deserving and play it.
What? What? I haven't even heard
5-page. How many pages is Horse the Deserving? Like 5?
Barely 3.
3.
What is
all right.
Horse the Deserving?
Greg Stolze, I wrote an RPG.
You did write an RPG.
It's Horse the Deserving.
It is.
The cover, I made this cover myself in about 5 minutes, very intoxicated.
Sure.
On our Caleb and mine live stream called New Game Never Played. It may bear a resemblance to the Vampire the Masquerade.
Except you're a horse.
You are a horse.
It's a collaborative storytelling game set in a world of equine horse. Oh, so could you play Equus with it?
I don't know. Can you, Bass?
I don't know if one was so inclined.
Rotting bales of hay, oppressive fog, and never-ending rain.
Horse is not for the tame of heart. Yes.
There are many things that I may have just written Vampire the Masquerade about your horses, but nothing else has changed. If you have firearm skill, you're a horse that shoots guns. Like no question, no explanation needed. Like.
It's My Little Pony. They just kind of float near you. You just don't worry about limbs, or thumbs. Okay, Greg.
Feedback of another horse's girl.
Greg, how about this? We'll just record one future tense rant at the beginning of the season. I'll just put it in at the end of every episode.
Okay, there we go. We could just have that separate, and it's like. All right.
Better yet,
if you haven't heard the future tense rant, you can go to this website, click this link, you'll get the distilled version.
Make it a tiny URL so no one can tell what it leads to.
We'll start rickrolling people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, QR code it. Yeah.
Here's even better. If you guys get to $7,500 for us.
Mm-hmm.
They will force James to play it and him have no idea what he's getting into.
Oh, horse. A loyal human subject to a horse. Hold on. Up. Horse girl. Ah, Baz.
Also referred to as Cassie's. What?
So this sort of feels like a fetish. Is this?
Look, I hate horses with a fucking passion. They're fucking stupid. I hate them so much. And so they're
You
so
seem to know a lot about them.
Yeah, I do. Look, as a younger kid, I had behavioral issues, and I was forced to go to a behavioral treatment facility that required us to ride horses.
Required you? Okay.
It was equine therapy, and then they made us ride horses to learn, like, I don't know, horse magic, whatever. Obviously, I'm still a well-adjusted individual now, so thank God for the horses. But
a horse's appetite for hay can only be described as depraved.
Role play accordingly. I'll send you a copy.
Okay. Can't wait.
Oh, I made, by the way, I posted this for $1 on our fucking itshot.io. I made tens of dollars. So people actually own this in their fucking computer somewhere. Look at that cover.
It's a very good cover.
If that doesn't slap a Vampire the Masquerade mid-90s, but horses.
Oh,
I'm
Greg's having flashbacks now. Like
I'm so proud of this creation.
Fortunate Son is playing in the background.
Look, I made a fucking card game for a franchise that represents my cultural background in America, and like, will one day, like, you know, like, that's like, my culture is represented through the card game I have helped create for Coyote and Crow. I couldn't give a fuck less. I made Horse of Deserving.
That's what's going on your gravestone.
Fuck cultural cred. I don't give a shit. I would never put that on a fucking.
The author of the creative drive. Wait, what would it be? Like author only fancier. I
like this. What am I even doing with my life?
Oh yeah.
That's the best write up for it. Like, yeah.
It's just
I hadn't gotten the job with Coyote and Crow yet. I was in a dark place. I need to bring back NGMP, dude. We need to get back on that horse. I need Caleb to get back on that with me.
Yep.
I'm just gonna. What?
9 minutes. I think we lost a backer.
No.
Surely not.
No.
Okay.
So it's
we're almost. That's $113, y'all.
$113, 9 minutes.
$113.
You don't have a backer, kid. It's now or never.
James will never get to experience the true genius that is Horse of Deserving. I can't wait to hear his British voice demean my game. You have no idea how hard that will get me to hear some British man just talk shit on my game.
Well, it's not even a proper game. There's not even a character sheet. Really.
That's my kink. I fucking love it. Shit on it.
Where's the example of play? His version of the future tense rant. See, you need to get one of these, Ross. You need to get a hobby horse. Join us. It's bliss.
I have them.
Hobby horse expansion to be determined.
Actually, you know what? I do have a. Let's see here. Let's see. The Wheeled RPG by John Wick. I fucking hate that game.
Wheeled. I never even heard of this one.
It's John Wick. He put it out years ago. I picked it up at Gen Con one year. There's not even a character sheet for it. It's such a good premise, and it's just such a shit game.
Character sheet, man. Character sheet of the mind, bro.
Yeah, no, it's just we did an actual play of it, and I realized it just had unfinished mechanics, and like there's not a downloadable PDF, like a free thing on the website to like have a character sheet. There's not like it's just so yeah. That's my hobby. Yeah.
So okay.
Anyways.
Speaking of,
there was a French game that did this where you're all sentient weapons manipulating humans. What game was that?
I don't know. I'm sure it's better than Wheeled.
Speaking of character sheet of the mind. Speaking of character sheet of the mind, I've had this idea rolling around in my head of like recording. I don't know. let the listeners decide what game we play. But a mycology inspired, a mycology help game that we play. One that assisted a mycology assisted game session that we play together.
Okay.
And I would totally let the listeners pick which game it is. But we just sit around and have our particular. We have a treat beforehand. Have maybe a gram or half, gram and a half, maybe 2 grams.
All right, yeah.
And then we record if we can. Basically, it's just like before it sets in, we have to set the Zoom H2 up right now. I get that shit recording because here in about an hour, I'm not gonna be able to I won't know what that thing is.
I do know on there wasn't mycology, but on RPPR, the RPPR Patreon, there is a game that basically Caleb said you can never post this on
Slasher Flick Ghost Punchers.
Not Ghost Punchers. Okay, so let me find it afterwards. So here we go. So basically we did a slasher flick game where we all got so hammered that like Caleb said you can't post this. God,
why? I mean, why? How? What?
Because basically, well, it was back when he was teaching. Let me see if I can.
So he didn't want that on the internet where his students could find it.
Yeah. So yeah, Heavy Metal Mayhem. We have a special action play that will never be posted on the podcast. Sean's first time running 1980s heavy metal slasher flick game. So are you familiar with slasher flick game or slasher flick? It is actually a really good role-playing game where you are all playing multiple characters, and the idea is you are building up drama points.
Man, that is some 90s cover art. That's this is my fortunate son moment. That's
so the idea
someone
is
mortgaged their house to
we played multiple things of it.
Cynthia Celeste Miller. Why do I know that name?
Oh, she's on a bunch of stuff. But she's a good game designer because like it's a really fun game. We've done it before. So like you make multiple characters, one primary and several secondary, and you basically have them get killed by the killer who you can't even stop the killer, whatever it is, until like there's only like a few player characters left.
Sure.
And you've been feeding your character the killer to earn drama points, and then you burn them all at the end in order to hopefully stop the killer. Man, she's done a lot of work, but we actually did that. So we did this slasher flick Heavy Metal Mayhem. If you're a patron, you can listen to this, and it's a game that's really fun, but I get so hammered in I can't even say the word transcendentalism, and like as I for some reason start talking about transcendentalism as this forest is very transcendentalism.
Transcendentalism.
So here I'll
Transcendentalism.
This reminds me of an anecdote from my childhood because I grew up with a family that was not very conducive towards my academic pursuits, even though I failed high school and dropped out. But I was always a brainy person who loved learning. I remember making a point about transcendentalism to my mom one time, and she's like, "What, you're trying to be a dentist now?" And I was like, "What? Never mind. I'm out."
This is one of my favorite games of all time, where we took the premise of slasher flick and we just flipped it a bit to where it's all the player characters were 1980s villains in an action movie, and the slasher was really the hero.
Hell yeah!
So it was like like Die Hard, but all the player characters were the bad guys.
Man,
that was ridiculously fun.
Jack Shade, a mullet-wearing hero. He's come to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubblegum.
So yeah, if you haven't listened to this game, if you're a listener of RPPR,
I might have to give that one a listen. That is such a great high concept.
It was.
Why has no one made that a movie where we're the henchmen of this guy? Oh God, he killed Fredo.
I mean, there have been movies. Actually, there have been movies like that in a sense. I know there's a Lone Wolf and Cub movie I think it's Lone Wolf and Cub. It's one of those long Japanese series where like it's all these bad guys just telling stories about Lone Wolf just murdering everybody. And they're obviously at the end they run in Lone Wolf and all get murdered. But like,
hold up,
yeah,
we have 35 seconds left.
Oh,
I have 110. I have 110 seconds left.
Well,
mine says 108.
They have that much time left. Then fucking up your pledge.
Ah!
What? 99 seconds.
Or I'll never come back. Or up your pledge and I will come back.
Wow. Yeah. You can't threaten people.
Oh, I most certainly can threaten people. Either I'll come back or I'll never come back. Whichever hurts you more. Hey, you fucking did it. Congratulations.
Get some music. Got some royalty-free background music now.
For the last 69 seconds.
Hey! Oh, wait, no, let's... less than 1 minute! Can we get at least to 7,400? Can we get an A?
No, I think we're it. I think this is it.
I will chug this glass of wine in your honor.
Thank you. I'm tempted to see what Kick Track thinks we're gonna make at this point. It's probably super accurate now.
Yeah. Kick Track is always like, oh yeah, you'll get $1 billion. Yeah, at this rate, you'll do so well.
Thanks, Seth. You know you love me, Seth. You know you can't come to this podcast without me. I'm the one you come for, Seth. You know this. You might say you hate me, but only because you need me.
What was Seth's comment? I missed it. I was looking at the seconds tick down.
We up our pledge. We'll never come back. Throw all my money at the stream.
We got an extra $3.
Hell yeah! Dab on these motherfuckers.
Woo!
I'm not doing that.
Greg, dab.
But thank you.
I'll finish my drink.
Must I?
Greg, dab now. Yeah, Greg dabbed! Clip that shit.
Wait. No. We'll all do it. Let's all do it.
Again?
Yes. Yeah!
All right. Well, the sun is down here in Wisconsin, so I think I'm going to check out.
Yeah.
This was fun. We made our money. Most of it will go to Ross because he deserves it, and he really does.
Yeah, I have to edit it. Yeah, it's great.
It's like the difference between being the recorded talent and the editing is like the difference between being the runner and the track. So yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank all of you out there.
Thank you, listeners, backers.
Yes.
And that one dude
you're the real heroes.
That one dude with the rockin' hog who threw $35 at it earlier today. That
very anonymous person.
That very anonymous dude with a rockin' hog.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
I'm not even gonna ask. Bye.
Bye. All right. Yeah, well, thank you all for watching. I think I'll leave this stream public. Let everyone know we celebrated the end of the Kickstarter. I got a bunch of work to do for it. Goddamn, fuck.
Greg, hey, I got the Stoltzy dab. Oh, we got Stoltzy dab and Greg dabbed clip.
Yay!
That shit's gonna live forever on the internet. Congratulations, y'all. I got Greg Stoltzy to dab on live stream.
That's a bucket list thing if I ever heard one. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I think that ends it for this week. Next week, I don't know. I'll find something to talk about, and we'll be there to talk about it. Yeah.
Definitely be here because Holly will be in Europe. I imagine I'll probably get more fucked up now than I was today. So
okay. Well, I'm rooting for you, Baz. Hang in there.
Oh, I'm good, dog. I've never been better.
Okay.
Look, I've got this much wine left in this bottle. You can't really tell because it disappears, but it ain't much.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go watch some episodes of Sandman with Maddie.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, we watched 5 episodes already. So
oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, we finished the diner episode. Now
I haven't gotten there yet because I just got through episode 4. Yeah,
all right, that's the next episode. Yeah.
I figured that was coming up next, having read all the graphic novels. I was like, this only goes to one logical conclusion, and I'm not ready for this. I don't think.
Oh yeah, fair. Because
I imagine it gets heavy.
Yeah, it's not actually, having reread the comic, it's not as heavy as the comic.
Okay, that's
but it's still pretty intense. You definitely don't want to go to it and be like, fun. Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
boy, that Lucifer and Dream though, god damn, that's so well done.
Yeah, the oldest game was done pretty much perfectly. So
that's actually what I was most worried about, was them nailing that, because if they were going to do that, I was like, how do you translate that to film? I mean,
with CGI, it turns out.
CGI. All right, love you guys.
Talk to you all later. Bye.